trying to get in shape for years and you still don't look or feel the way you want, it's not because of your bad genetics, and it's not because you don't have the perfect workout program. For 99% of people, it's simply because you're lacking consistency and direction. My name is Michael Murray. I am a certified fitness and nutrition coach, and in this video, I'm going to give you the only 5 things that actually matter if you want to finally get in shape, all without having to cut out your favorite foods, spend every day in the gym, or follow workouts that secretly don't work or that you secretly hate doing. Thing number 1 is going to be consistency in goal setting. Trying to get in shape without setting clear goals is like trying to sail a ship in the middle of the ocean with no compass. You're probably going from workout plan to workout plan, from diet to diet. Some weeks you're working out every single day, and other weeks you're not working out at all. And people that do this wonder why they just aren't seeing results. And it's more likely than not simply due to the fact that they aren't being consistent and they have no idea what progress they're supposed to be seeing. So to start, I recommend setting one goal that you can realistically hit in 3 months. Now, having a 12-month goal, a long-term vision, is good to have, but setting goals for 3 months at a time is easier for you to manage emotionally and mentally, and it's easier to reverse engineer. So once you pick your 3-month goal, you are now going to reverse engineer that, and you're going to break it down into blocks. The first blocks you're going to break it down into is monthly blocks. Then you're going to break those months down into weeks, and then you're going to break those weeks down into days. And once you finally get an understanding of what you need to do every single day to reach your 3-month goal, you are then going to stick to that plan consistently. And when I mean consistently, I mean you have to show up whether you feel super motivated or whether you don't feel motivated at all. Now, for exactly what you should be doing on a daily basis to achieve whatever goal you set for yourself, there are going to be 4 key elements, and that is exercise, nutrition, recovery, and sleep. So for exercise, everyone's schedule and athletic ability is a little different, so everyone's program should look a little different. But regardless of who you are, there are a few fundamental things that you should know. Starting off with what not to do. You do not have to work out 5, 6, or even 7 days a week. For most people, 3 days a week will be sufficient. You do not have to spend more than 1 hour in the gym. In fact, 45 minutes in the gym is probably enough if you are working hard. Do not have to work out on weekdays. It does not have to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If you're a busy person and you have a job during the week, you can work out on weekends when you have more time. Now, the exact style of training you'll be doing in the gym really depends on the goals you have for yourself. If your goal is to gain muscle or look more toned, you're going to want to focus more on the hypertrophy training. For an example, this style of training would look something like doing 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps, where the weight you're doing is light enough so you can do more than 8 reps, but heavy enough so that you burn out before 12 reps. And if you're more interested in gaining strength and athleticism, then you're going to want to focus on strength and power style training. If you're doing squats, for example, this would look something like doing 4 sets of 3 reps with super heavy weight, and then you're going to superset that with 4 sets of box jumps or some sort of plyometric to develop that explosive force. If your goal is to run a marathon, you're going to want to run every day. If your goal is to become a yoga instructor, you're going to want to stretch every day. Whatever style of training you decide you want to do, what's really important here, as we mentioned before, is that you pick a style of training, you pick the days that you decide you're going to do that style of training, and you stick to it no matter what. Like, it really can be this simple. If all you did was stick to your plan, and every single week you increased the weights you were using, or you increased the speed you were running, or the range of motion that you were stretching in, there's like almost no way that you can fail at this. And number 3 on our list is recovery. You see, your muscles aren't built in the gym, they're built while you rest and recover. Now, there are a lot of things people do for recovery, but here's a few of the most important ones that you should know. For the average person, you should wait at least 24 hours between workout sessions and at least 48 hours between hitting the same muscle group again. On your off days or after your workouts, don't just be a couch potato. Make sure you're getting up and taking a walk now and then. Make sure you're doing some stretching now and then so you can get the blood moving and keep the energy flowing. If you're an ice bath kind of person, do not do an ice bath immediately after hypertrophy or strength training. This will actually hurt your gains. But after something like yoga or cardio, an ice bath is okay to do. If you have access to a sauna, doing a sauna for 10 to 20 minutes after your workout can help you relax and recover a little quicker. And it could potentially boost growth hormone, which will do wonders for not only your muscles, but your entire body as a whole. And finally, if you live a more sedentary lifestyle where you're sitting down most of the day, as long as you bust your ass in the gym and you're working hard throughout the week, your sedentary lifestyle can actually be a form of recovery. So I personally sit down most of the day and I still manage to keep in great shape and in great health. So I promise there's a way to do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Number 4 on our list, we have nutrition. So there's a saying that goes, you can out-nutrition a bad workout, but you cannot outwork bad nutrition. Guys, the kitchen is literally where 75% of your fitness is going to happen. You really have to realize your body and the way it looks and the way it feels, it's just an accumulation of the food you eat. Like whether you're gaining fat or gaining muscle, or whether you're just growing taller or bigger in general, this body mass is not just coming out of nowhere. It's coming from the things on your plate. So the question is, are you feeding yourself and turning into a beautiful garden, a beautiful vessel of life? Or are you turning into, for lack of a better term, a landfill, where you look like garbage, you feel like garbage, because everything you're eating, all the building blocks of your body, is garbage. So if you want a six-pack, it's not about doing more core workouts, it's about losing the fat on your belly so it reveals the six-pack underneath. To do this, you simply have to eat less calories than your body is burning, so then your body will start tapping into the fat storages to meet its required energy needs. If you want to gain more muscle, you have to eat more protein and stay at or above maintenance calories. If you want to feel amazing, you have to make sure your micronutrients, which are your vitamins, minerals, and other little supplements in your food, are all at optimal levels. And if you want to look amazing and give off that glow and that energy that everybody really wishes they could have, and like we just mentioned, you're going to want to feed your body like a beautiful garden, not like a landfill. So in doing all this, tracking your food is literally going to be the most important thing you can do, because for the first time in your entire life, you're finally going to be able to take an honest look at how many calories and what nutrients you're putting in your body. And by tracking your food, you're going to quickly figure out how many calories you need on a daily basis to either lose weight, gain weight, or stay relatively the same. And once you figure out this exact number, like we said before, if all you do on a daily basis is stick to that number regardless of how you're feeling, there's absolutely no way you won't reach your goal in a matter of 90 days. Now, number 5, arguably the most important thing you can do for your health and fitness, is optimizing your sleep. If there is nothing else that you take away from this video, take this away. You have to sleep 7 to 9 hours a night like your life depends on it, because in a way, it sort of does. If you go one night with either just a couple hours of sleep or no sleep at all, you wake up the next day as literally the worst version of yourself. After 2 days of no sleep, you are basically not able to function optimally in society. And after 3 days of no sleep, you literally start to go insane. So yes, sleep is very, very important. It's the most important thing you could ever do for yourself. There is a ton of benefits of sleep, but we're not going to go over the benefits in this video. I'm just going to give you some practical takeaways that you can start implementing to optimize the sleep you're getting. So the first one that nobody follows, not even myself, is to turn off all screens 2 hours before bed. If you must be looking at a screen before bed, wear blue light blockers, turn your phone and your computer onto night mode, or you can turn it on to red filter mode, which turns the whole screen a shade of red, which is less stimulating on the brain before bed. 30 minutes before bed, you're going to want to cool your room down. If you live in a winter climate, open the window up as you go and take a hot shower. The hot shower is going to relax you. If you don't live in a winter climate, just turn the AC down to like sub 65 degrees. Get the room nice and cold. Tape your mouth shut every night with some athletic tape and use a nasal strip to open up your nasal passages. When you breathe through your nose, this is going to deliver significantly more oxygen to your blood, and it could even prevent snoring. Finally, the thing we've been talking about this whole video, it's consistency. Going to bed the same time every night and waking up the same time every morning. You see, we have a circadian rhythm, which tells us when it's time to go to sleep and when it's time to wake up. Everybody's circadian rhythm is a little different. Some people are night owls, some people are early birds. You don't need to force yourself to become one or the other, but whatever one works for you, you want to stay consistent with that rhythm. Now guys, there are so many factors that go into your health. I could talk for hours about it, but if there are only 5 things that you do to get yourself in shape, do these 5 things, do them consistently, do them well, and I can almost guarantee you will see results. Now, I understand for many people, finding the perfect workout program and finding the perfect nutrition program that's going to get them to their goals as fast as possible and that's going to match with their specific physiology as best as possible can seem like a pretty daunting and impossible task, but that's where I'm here to hopefully help you. So if you click the link in my description, I'm giving everyone one free coaching call with me where you'll get 15 minutes of my time to ask any questions you want, and I will answer any questions you have. After that call, if you're still curious to learn more about dialing in a fitness plan, a nutrition plan, and a mindset plan that's going to help you put all these things into action, then we can talk about that. But to start, book a 15-minute call with me. Let's have a casual chat. Let me get your questions answered, and let's set you up for a good